This video will start from very basics and will explain game mechanics up to average level. It's not going to go up to the speedrunners level, so even a casual player can make his own builds with the knowledge that is provided in this video. First of all, for those who are wondering, I'm not going to strictly say what is right and what is wrong within this game. Everything has its own purpose, and I'm just going to guide you through the way in where you will understand what is compatible and what is going to have an impact and what is not going to have an impact. In this video, I will be explaining about the damage and how to optimize it, what skills are essential and what are useless for your weapon. After this video, you will be able to make your own builds with any damage, with whatever the weapon you like, whatever the weapon you choose to. It's down to player's own personal preference. You see it, you like it, you use it. In this game, boosting your raw damage is only good sometimes. Most of the times, boosting critical is the thing you should be doing for increasing your damage. How does critical work? It entirely depends on the chance. It's like if you have 100% chance, all the hits you are doing will be critical hits. If you have 50% chance, then you have 5 out of 10 chances for every attack to be a critical.
Whoa. Alex even confused me there. So what he means is every hit of yours have 50% chance to be critical or non-critical. Depending on luck, it might be all crits in a run with just 50% of affinity. But that is highly impossible unless you're a protagonist in your own story and you are super lucky even when you're about to die.
So affinity means it's a critical chance. So this should be as much as you can increase. 100% is maximum. Don't increase more than 100%. The best way to increase this is weakness exploit. It gives 50%, like half of the critical chance flat. With the Iceborne's Clutch Claw introduction, you need to Clutch Claw to make the part tenderize. Then you'd be getting 50% or else you'll be getting 30%. In order to Clutch Claw, you need to aim your slinger at the monster, and you can Clutch Claw to the monster by clicking the respective weapon. It's right click by default on PC, must be B on consoles. With heavy weapons, you just need to do once so that you can wound the part, but with light weapons, you will drop the slinger ammo first, then you will be wounding the part. In multiplayer, you can see the auto chart saying the monster have dropped slinger ammo when it's not tenderized, but it just drops the slinger ammo for light weapons. Whenever you see the monster's part is wounded, you can notice it by having white patch on that part, or else you can see the chart saying I have wounded it. Weakness exploit jewel name is Tenderizer Jewel. That's level 2 jewel. You can just get them by silver melding tickets in Iceborne. If you are in the base game, then you are supposed to hunt the monsters. Tier 2 monsters onwards. Tempered monsters drop Tenderizer Jewel. It's really recommended. And on top of that, critical eye. This is another skill that gives you affinity. It goes by the jewel name expert. This is a very good skill where each level increases affinity by 5%. The maximum level has 40% affinity. If you stack weakness exploit and critical eye, both of them will give you 90% of critical chance itself. And if you can augment up to 10%, then boom, everything is done, like the 100% critical chance. You'll be able to do all the crits, but in some cases you might not be able to slot in critical eye, so you can go for Agitator. Agitator is a skill that gives you attack and critical chance both at the same time when it's active. It becomes active when the monster is having enraged eye. If you see in the left side bottom, the mini map, you can see the monster is having yellow eye and red eye. When you Clutch Claw 2 times, or you do a wall shot, the monster becomes enraged. You can see it by the monster roaring and then the eye becoming red. At this place, when it becomes red, it means it's enraged and the agitator will be activated. Whenever the monster is in red eye mode, you cannot do the wall shot, so you can only do the Clutch Claw shot by going onto the monster. So don't do that. Save it for like whenever the monster is on red eye, just mount. That's the best way. Moving on to critical damage. Each critical hit will do 125%. It means if you are doing 100 damage normally, your critical hit will do 125 damage. Can you increase it? Yes, absolutely. You can increase it up to 140%, means you will do 140 damage. That's a lot. It's just 5% increase for each level of the skill. The skill is called critical boost. This is the only skill in the entire game that increases your critical damage. It's not the base damage, only if you do a critical hit, that is. If you don't do a critical hit, you'll do 100 as usual. For elemental weapons, there is another skill that will add on top of this, that is called critical element, that is set bonus of Rathalos in the base game. In Iceborne, it's true critical element from a secret monster. I'm gonna display that secret monster on the right side bottom. If you don't want to get spoiled, don't look at it. Yeah, also critical element is a 2 set bonus for Velkhana as well. True critical element is going to boost your critical hits of elemental weapons amazingly. If you are using bow, jewel blades or fast hitting weapons, make sure you aim for critical element because it's going to give you a lot of damage even if you are not really doing much. This is why the increasing critical is really important. So that's all for today, guys, about the critical chance and critical damage. I might have spoken too much, but I just want to explain everything in a clear manner and I don't want to miss out anything. That is it for today, guys. I'll be back with next video which give you information about useful skills needed for each weapon and some defensive and utility skills that are worth noting. Adios!